Hello everyone, welcome to Knowledge Optimizer. Today we are going to talk about two patterns actually, visitor and template method pattern. So consider the case, okay. Uh, okay. So I think if you are working with Java, okay, let's leave this. Okay. We'll jump to this later. Uh, So suppose you have purchased any cloth, you went to any shop now, any clothing shop. Now you have purchase some clothes, okay, not any shop actually. Consider the case we are just buying something from an e-commerce website. Now we have purchased some clothes, okay. Now there's this discount. You already have some discount coupon, okay. Apply 10% discount. Now you purchase some clothes. Similarly, instead of now this coupon will be applied to your purchase, okay, and the final amount you have to pay, that would be very less. Now consider the case if you haven't purchased clothes, if you have purchased for any electronic item. Again, this discount can be applied. Similarly, if you have purchased some other item, then also it would have been applied. So what we are doing here, we are externally applying this discount. This is not a part of this clothes either, or electronic or any other item. This is a separate algorithm which is running, separate thing basically, that will be applied the runtime basically, whether we want to go through it, whether we have any available discount or anything. So these things basically implement in a such a way that they could be they are separated from first of all object. They would be at the runtime, they would be added to the object whether it has to be applied or not on the basis of that certain conditions. And so it's more like, okay, what I was writing here was, so suppose you are using any Java code you are writing. Now there is already a pre-written code, pre-written template code. No, I won't say template, but some predefined functions that you can directly integrate in your service. Those basically those external function or those functionalities, they are kept separately from the this logic, your I'll say your code logic, or basically your object. These are separated from this. So this is basically that separation of responsibility comes into picture. So whenever you are the system is right, then when a single microservices perform a single function only, basically single operation only, then only that microservice will be I'll say scalable. If you just add this, even this part also here, then in that case you would be scaling this part also. Whereas this can be separated out, there won't be any need for keeping this in as a part of microservices. Also we won't be able to reuse it anywhere. We would have lot of redundancy if I want to apply it in this microservice. Suppose there are two microservices here. This is okay, consider the case there are two microservices. Now there is one purchase item we are supporting, there is one some machinery we are providing. So in case of Amazon only, it support two things. You can buy some services like S3 services or those services. Similarly, you can purchase some clothes. Now the discount can be applied there also, there also. Now this is basically this is keep, that's why this is kept at separate level from out of those both of these microservices. It can be used anywhere, it can be used this here also, but this will be kept as a visitor. Now this is called visitor, this discount thing here, this thing is called visitor. So the main idea behind visitor pattern is this only. You'll separate out the algorithm from the actual object here. So before jumping to definition, let's see an example of it. So I think we have already used it when we used to apply in the previous pattern, when we used to apply some discount on any object, and we had already used it. But again, we'll show it. So suppose this is an item, okay. Now these are three different items we have created. This is a book, clothes, and basically electronic item we have created. Okay. Now here in all these items, what we have provided is basically external visitor we had added. Okay, on all these items. This is an external kind of algorithm we have added here. So what it is doing now, discount visitor has two implementation. First of all, this is percentage discount or free amount discount. So 10% discount, then 10% of actual amount. Else it would be total amount, fixed amount would be reduced from here. So in the main, if you'll see what we have done, we have purchased, basically created three items: book, clothing, these. Now on all of them, basically we have now created two types of discount. Okay, fixed discount, this and this discount. What I am doing now on this item, it can be accept or it can be add. So what I am doing, I am just adding this percentage discount on this item. So it will for now I have just printed the logic. uh, Basically I have just in the end I have just printed like how much discount would be applied. Okay, similarly if I can even apply this one also, fixed amount discount with this visitor. So we'll just run it. I think it is very straightforward. We have used it in previous also, previous uh, design patterns also. So what we are doing, book price is reduced to this and this. So coming to a definition part of it, it is same like it is a behavior design pattern that allow you to separate an algorithm from the object on which it operates. So the now we have an advantage since we have created them as integrated them as visitor only. Now I can reuse it somewhere else also if I want to. Basically now we have purchased book, clothing. Here also I have used it since for if I had just integrated it with books. If I have created like some kind of discount here, percentage discount and all those things, then in that case that one I have to uh, write the same code here also. Here also. So visitor helps in basically reducing the complexity also and reusing the object. Now if I just go to the definition part, I think the primary is to define new operation. So it's the same which I just explained. So structure looks like this. So there would be client that would be interacting with elements and also the concrete visitors. Now these visitors would be added to object, these object here, accept or you can say add. Now they will perform some function on the top of them, whatever object is that, and the final result will be provided to us. Now coming to that's all from the visitor pattern. Coming to template method pattern, I won't go deep dive into it because we have been using it for very long. Template method, what it suggests is it is nothing. Whoa, so what we had been doing, so so far what we were doing, we were creating an interface, we are writing many implementation of it. If you are implementation 1, if you implementation 2, if you are not sure of why we were doing it so far, so consider the e-commerce example also. Okay, so in case of e-commerce, so instead had we not structured it this way, suppose earlier we only support credit card payment, as we directly integrated it with our system, then in that case suppose now I want to onboard uh, this, and here also here what we are doing, credit card dot pay function we were calling. Okay, earlier. Now what we want to onboard basically Paytm also, then in that case credit card, then Paytm. Now I have to start writing if statement. If payment method is equals to credit card, then do credit card dot pay. Else, if payment method equals to Paytm, then Paytm dot pay. So you can see now if I kept on adding it this way, now if I want to add one more payment method, then I have to again add if else block. So that's why this interface come into picture. So now what we do is basically at the initial level only, what we'll do, we'll create an interface payment method, and there would be a simple function pay. Okay, now there would be an implementation, credit card implementation we have done, and here what we are doing, whenever when in the phase one only, when we were integrating it to our services, we would just do payment method dot pay. Now, what was the object that would be decided on what is the payment mode selected? This payment method. So now I don't have to add any condition, I don't have to add any logic change here. I'll just onboard it here. I'll just add the support for, okay, payment method is this. Then I'll just onboard this, add this another payment method, Paytm, and it this logic will always be same, payment method dot pay also. This function will always be same. This would return is this only. Now at the runtime it will see, okay, payment method was chosen as credit card, then it will call the pay method of credit card, else it will call the pay method of Paytm. So this is just the idea. Whenever you are doing any implementation or integrating any class, this is recommended to create an interface of it. So if you want in future there comes a scenario when you want to onboard any other logic of same type, then in that case it would be easy to implement it. So that's the main idea behind template method pattern. We has been using it for many purposes. If I just open it, um, okay, creational only. If we just open the factory pattern, okay. Hmm. So here only, if you'll see, my bad. Let's see from where it is being called. Huh. So here only, since what I am doing in the factory, basically I am just calling this function get payment method, and I am providing the payment method type. Okay. Now the return type, if you'll see, that is payment method only. Okay. On the basis of what we have selected, payment method, it will create a different object. It will send us the different object. Now we just have to call the process payment method. So that is the idea of template design pattern, template method pattern, sorry. So that's all from this video. If you have any question or any doubt, you can let me know in the comment section. And thank you for joining, and please like, share, subscribe.